Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to All the Words You Wrote. My name is MS-Punker1, and last video we continued our little beach trip where we did all sorts of things, from swimming and building sandcastles, and then getting angry at kids that destroyed the sandcastles a bit later. Before we went back to check on Hijiri, that was just sitting at our place and breeding. Then after that we spent the rest of our time there before we headed back home. So what happens now afterwards? I spent the rest of the summer in Hijiri's company, whiling away the time in feastfuls. Hijiri prefers to remain indoors, but with a bit of coaxing, I'm able to prise her from her comfort zone. I don't go on any trips quite so far afield as our journey to the beach, but we do go on regular walks in the woods. I find them relaxing, though Hijiri continues to attract mosquitoes. We must find her particularly delicious. Maybe Hijiri's blood really is sweeter than average humans. Could that be attributed to all the pancakes she consumes? I'm almost tempted to test out my own hypothesis. How? By tasting? Just kidding. Speaking of Hijiri's love for sweets, we stopped by Amo Cafe thrice more during August. I guess that's 3 times more. Hijiri has become something of a fan of, despite her misgivings about the cafe's overly cheery Hijiri says owner. After eating our pancakes, we wander aimlessly through the town. We pursue the streets, looking for small, independently owned shops, and chance upon an old antique store stocked full of curious wares. We eat ice cream, shield ourselves from the sun beneath the trees in the park, and once we even pay a visit to a batting center. Hijiri doesn't play any baseball herself. She doesn't like sports, but she's content to cheer me on from the sidelines. The days run by in a blur, and soon August flies away from me. It came and went so quickly, it leaves me feeling dazed. September encroaches upon us, and with it comes the fall. The weather takes a decidedly chilly turn. Though the sun remains high in the sky, shrouded now by clouds. The release date for Volume 9 of Elf Forest is drawing ever nearer. Naturally, I'm excited. I've been looking forward to it for a long time. Can't wait to find out what happens with Itsuki and Princess Luna's relationship. Not to mention Luz, lose supposed betrayal. Part of me regrets, however, that the summer should come to so abrupt an ending. I've been living with Hijiri for close to 3 months. We got off to an unsteady start, but we've since come to an understanding. Hijiri isn't just my employer, and neither is she my idol. She's my dear friend, and I really do love spending time with her. I love being with her so much. In fact, I think I might enjoy her company more than I love the prospect of reading Elfo for its newest volume. I really have come to care for her a lot. Later that month, congratulations, Hijiri. You've done a wonderful job. I'm so proud of you. I couple my congratulations with the pop of a party popper, which I bought on the slide during the last grocery run. Colorful colorful paper explodes from the popper and scatters across the tatami floor. The overall effect is somewhat less bombastic than I hoped. It's rather underwhelming, in fact, but I hope my enthusiasm makes up for it. I can't help but be enthusiastic for the long-awaited day. But the long-awaited day has finally arrived. Volume 9 of Elforest has been released, and I'm anxious to get my hands on it. I want to head to the nearest nearest shop right now, so I can tear through Itsuki's latest adventures. But I was able to abstain long enough to prepare Hijiri's celebratory breakfast. This is Hijiri's special day, not mine. She's Elforest's creator, and Elforest is her baby. The lead up to Volume 9's release, or birth if you want to continue the metaphor, was a long endured process, but she's finally accomplished it. I think she should be happier about this than anybody else, but Hijiri, alas, doesn't seem to agree with my hypothesis. The bags on her eyes are pronounced, though not to a varying degree, and the lips are pursed into an inexpressive line. She eyes the streamers curled on the tatami floor, like the discarded skins of many-colored caterpillars and frowns. Of course I am. That should go without saying. Edith tears her eyes away from the papers streamers towards the tabletop where the real star of the show is. seats. Where resting on a large circular plate is an extravagant strawberry shortcake topped with smooth white icing and shining gem-like strawberries. I know cake isn't a standard breakfast food, but today isn't a standard day. I wanted to go extra mile to commend Hijiri's achievements, and pancakes seemed far too simple. I know Hijiri likes pancakes, but even a child can whip those up if given the right ingredients. The decadent cake packed full of sponge and cream seemed the way to go. Yep, brought all the ingredients on the slide and woke up bright and early to put it together. I thought maybe you like it since you're a fan of Western sweets. I sampled a bit of it while I was mixing the icing, and I can confirm that it's very, very sugary. Hijiri ponders, one hand beneath her chin. I figured. It is very small and this cake is very large. In retrospect, I might have gone a bit overboard. Don't worry, Hijiri. I can cut you a small slice. If you want it, that is. And we can stash the leftovers in the fridge. We should keep for a little while. I just want to make you happy. Hijiri glances away. Her head her head bowed. I think my earnestness must have penetrated her exterior because her cheeks are beginning to turn pink. Hijiri glances shyly back at me, beneath her eyelashes. Thanks. It's like one of the only things I'm any good at. I grin, abashed, my own cheeks pinking at Hijiri's praise. I'm pretty pleased with how the cake looks myself, but it wasn't made to be stared at. The proof is in the pudding, or in this case the cake. Sit down, Hijiri, and let me cut you a slice. How much of it do you want? like this. Alrighty. Slide the sharp silvery blade of a kitchen knife into the cake. Then lever out a small slice with a strawberry on top. Place the slice carefully on a plate, which I then slide to Hijiri. I brewed some tea too to go with the cake. Should complement its sweetness. Shall I pour you a cup? Edith coughs. I can see the smile on her lips, small though it is. Have you been to many sleazy bars? Was this research for a story? That does sound kinda grim, yeah. Amuse while pouring Hijiri a cup of fragment tea. I hope I'm not bringing your mood down. Hey, I have you know that I like you even if I wasn't being paid. I'm not in it for money. You're calling me stupid. Such as... Yes, you are. There's nobody more admirable than you. Indri picks up her fork and slides it into her slice of cake. She brings the tines of a fork to her lips, and after what seems unbearably long pause, slides it into her mouth. I watched Hijiri from across the table, quivering with anticipation. I don't know why, but it seems imperative in this moment that Hijiri should like my cake. I don't want to fail her. So what do you think? I ask all briefly wide-eyed anxiety once Hijiri swallows the first mouthful of my cake. It isn't too sweet, is it? I might have used a bit too much sugar. What? Oh no. My shoulders slump in tandem with the sinking of my stomach. I figured Hijiri would like the cake to be extra sweet, but even she must have her limits. This is supposed to be a day of celebration, and I spoiled it. I really am stupid. Then my heart fills with rekindled hope as wide-eyed I stare at Hijiri. Do you like it? What? Oh, why? I ate a slice of Hijiri's breakfast cake myself, which is so sweet it makes me shudder and get ready to leave the house. I put it off for much too long already, and I'm desperate to get my hands on the latest volume of Elf Forest. I asked Hijiri if she wants to come with me for the ride. Perhaps we can have a walk afterwards. But she declines. I didn't peg Hijiri as recent type. Not when it comes to her writing, at least. But I think it's kinda cute. Who knew she could be so humble? I reassure Hijiri that there's nothing to be embarrassed about. I'm sure the night will be great, as I finish sliding on my shoes by the front of the door. Then I bid Hijiri goodbye, which she responds to half-heartedly, and step outside. I made the drive to the nearest town dozens of times during the last few months, mostly for groceries. These meandering countryside roads once perturbed and confused me, but I'm pretty familiar with them now. I can take even the tightest hairpin turn with relative ease, reassured in the knowledge that few people travel around these parts. The journey should be pretty relaxing. But this morning it seems to take way longer than it should. I feel tense and on edge. My fingers wound tightly about the steering wheel. Every second spent not reading the newest volume of Elf Forest seems like a second wasted. I bet the nearest shop's been flooded with people since it threw its doors open. The really hardcore fans might have camped out in front of the shop overnight. Well, I don't know if Elf Forest has any followers out here more ardent than me. Some people will have gotten their grubby hands all over Volume 9 already. The really speedy readers might have finished the whole thing. I bet the internet be flooded with spoilers about the latest story developments. People will be picking apart every single plot being beat, trying to puzzle out what happens next. Has the plot with our Arcanist been resolved? What about Luce's supposed betrayal? Will Itsuki find the missing Luna in time? And most pressingly of all, will Itsuki and Luna finally kiss? The hype is really starting to get to me. I'm so excited I can scarcely sit still. Though that might be an after effect of the sugar I consumed over breakfast. Our strawberry shortcake was devastatingly sweet. Eventually, after what feels like an eternity, I reach my destination. I park the car up in an empty lot by the supermarket, cut the ignition, and step outside. It's a pleasantly warm day, not too hot nor too cold. But my palms begin to sweat regardless. I don't have time to examine my surroundings. There's only one thing on my mind, mainly Elf Forest. I'm so excited to grab its latest volume. I all but ran to the store, my heart thumping all the while. When I get to the bookstore, I'm greeted by a queue of people. They must have woken up early like me, spurred on by their love of Elf Forest. I've never seen this many people in the town before, but their numbers aren't too overwhelming. These eager Elf Forest fans are being waved inside the store at regular intervals by a bored-looking cleric. I don't think he understands the well-deserved Elf Forest hype. If he did, he wouldn't be yawning. I join the back of the queue. It takes about 10 minutes, if that, before I'm allowed inside. Which is a vast improvement of the wait time I had on volume 8. I still live lived with my parents in Kawasaki back then, and I felt obliged to head over to my nearest bookstore on launch day to pick it up. That, as it soon transpired, was a big mistake. I had to queue for over an hour before I could get into the store. And once I was in, an Elf-Forest fan stepped on my foot while another bumped my side with their elbow. I was lucky to emerge from the melee relatively unscathed, with only minor bumps and bruises. You think it a nice thing being surrounded by like-minded fans who share my hobbies, but Elf-Forest fans are something else. They're kinda crazy. I should know, being a crazy fan myself. Seeing Princess Luna's face on the front cover of Volume 9 feels a bit like returning home to a loved one. Simply gazing upon her sweet face, drawn in exquisite detail, makes me feel at ease. Luz and Astara also appear on the cover, but they're a bit players to Luna's majesty shunted to either side of the Luna. Shunted to either side so the Luna can stand front and center. I take it from this composition alone, the Luna will feature heavily in this volume's plot. Could this be the volume she and Itsuki finally confirm their love? Oh, be still my beating heart. I pull a copy of volume 9 from one of the shelves, then head over to the cash register. I pay for my purchase with shaking fingers, my body quivering with anticipation. The cashier takes an unfathomably long time to bag up my purchase, or so it seems. He moves so slowly I start to tap my foot against the ground, agitated. Can't he tell how desperate I am to start tearing through this volume? Doesn't he care? I want to be reunited with Luna again. I have half a mind to tell him to hurry up. I almost feel like I might die, but at long last he eventually hands me my purchase. As a person with first-hand experience of how cruddy customer service jobs can be, I usually try to play nice when dealing with store clerics, but today is no ordinary day. I don't have to interact with ordinary humans. I just want to see Princess Luna again. I snatch the bag from the clerk's outstretched hands, then hurry from the shop without so much as a thank you. I think about driving back to Hijiri's home to commence my reading, but the half-hour delay is unbearable. I want to get stuck in right away, and so to that end, I decide to stop by Almo Cafe. The cafe is quiet, as always, with should be a perfect environment to chew through a few chapters. Amo greets me joyfully, then guides me to a seat. I order an oolong tea, and lean back in my chair and crack open my latest purchase. I only meant to read a bit of a story, but once I get stuck in, I can't stop. Tear through paragraph after paragraph, and page after page, leaving my oolong tea forgotten, unsipped by my side. Both good CG, is a good picture, but I think it's a good picture of the actual book too. Hijiri's writing is so detailed. I find myself pulled once more into the complex fantasy world of Elf Forest. The characters are just the same as I remember, but absence has rendered them even more lovable. Astra is still incapable of admitting to her true feelings. Luz is heighty and austere, and Luna, she's every bit as charming as she's always been, despite being embroiled in kidnapping. She's so considerate that she even able to commiserate with something with the kidnappers. Princess Luna really is a good girl. She always puts others before herself, regardless of her status. She doesn't have wings like Vita, but she might as well be an angel. I read one chapter, then another, and another. Time passes, then denoted by the circular clocks set upon the wall, but I pay it no heed. It feels like I've fallen down a rabbit hole into a pocket of reality separated from the passing of time. Alice in Wonderland. I need to know what happens next. What will Itsuki do? What is Luz plotting? Will Luna be rescued? Soon. Too soon, in fact, I reach the final chapter of the volume. Things are beginning to come to head now. It's been revealed that Luz, despite her position as a royal knight, has been sharing information with the Arcanists on a sly. She's the one who plotted Luna's kidnapping, all for the sake of bringing down the kingdom. Luz's father was wrongfully imprisoned by the king for a crime he did not commit. Since her youth, she has sworn revenge upon the royal family. Though she acts kind and mild-mannered, that's nothing more than a front. Real Luz is a deeply calculating woman who means to bring an end to the royals' rule. Itsuki, Astra, and Cornelia confront Luz in the forest, where she's been hiding. Itsuki pleads with her to halt her machinations, but Luz refuses. He takes Luna prisoner and threatens to slit her throat should Itsuki come any closer. Itsuki hangs back, unsure of what to do. He wavers. And during this moment of indecision, one of the Arcanists strikes. He means to cut Itsuki down where he stands, so he can longer interfere with their plans. I guess I mean no longer interfere with their plans. But he doesn't strike through. Luna warns Itsuki of the danger, despite the blade held at her throat. Luz tells Luna to hush her tongue, but Luna doesn't listen. In tears, she confesses to Itsuki that she was the one who summoned him to Cristaria. She wanted a brave knight of her own who could protect her, but now she's placed him in a horribly difficult situation. Luna apologizes for putting Itsuki in harm's way, and tearfully professes her love to him. Luna tells Itsuki that as she was the one who brought Itsuki to her kingdom, she must now give her a life for his sake. It's the least she can do, after all, for the sorry. Itsuki has saved her many times throughout the last 8 volumes of Elf Forest. Luna closes her eyes. A blinding white light surrounds her. Astra cries at her to stop. Please halt, Your Majesty. That spell will surely kill you. But it's too late. Luna's magic fields the Arcanist surrounding fells the Arcanists surrounding Itsuki and his party. They all drop like dominoes, including Luz, who Hitario held her blade to Luna's neck. The danger has passed, but Luna... You can see her expression there. Itsuki hastens to her side. He catches the young princess before she can topple to the ground. But he can tell at a glance that there's nothing that can be done. Luna's body is heavy in his arms. Her skin is deathly pale, and her eyelashes are matted. She doesn't stir, even when Itsuki pleads with her, and Cornelia and Astra. Astra rarely expresses her emotions, but the sight of Luna's crumpled body makes something inside her break. She sobs over the princess, her eyes full of tears, begging to please get up. Get up, my lady, my dear princess, my best and only friend. Astra's plaintive cries make Itsuki's eyes brim over. Sultry tears drop onto Luna's smooth white cheeks, like wintry rain, but she remains insensible insensitive to it. Her eyes remain shut, as though sewn together. She doesn't move, doesn't speak, she doesn't even breathe. No way. The final illustration in the volume of an unresponsive Luna lying in Itsuki's arms hits me like a truck. Like the same truck which hits Itsuki in L4's very first chapter. It feels like the air's been knocked out of me. Can hardly breathe. I scanned back for the last chapters, hunting desperately for some kind of sign everything will be alright. But no. The conclusion of the last volume doesn't change. It still ends in Luna's noble sacrifice. The lifeless body clutched tight in Itsuki's arms. Tears begin to bead in my eyes. I feel sick with shock and can't stop shaking. Princess Luna just confessed to Itsuki like I always wanted. She told him that she was in love with him. And then, before they could kiss, she died. Luna sacrificed herself to save the man she loved. Now she's no more. The soul has departed her body. Not even Astra's magic can revive her. It's all over. Princess Luna is dead. And we will see how Mayu actually reacts to that in the next video. So, hope you liked this one, and if you did, so leave a like to it as usual, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!